Hello Linux lovers, my name's Wimpy. Welcome to my world. Happy Monday morning everyone. How's it going? If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, hello Paul. This was originally streamed live on twitch.tv/Wimpy's World. If you would like to join in interactively with the rest of the community, then give us a follow on Wimpy's World. No, not Wimpy's World, twitch.tv/Wimpy's World. Also, do all those internet things on the YouTube channel as well. Hello everyone, how's everyone going? It's another Monday morning. You all well? I've got my cup of tea. Everyone ready to do this thing? So, this morning, it's very simple. There is one objective. We are going to try and fix once and forever and for always the issue in Quickemu where when you stand up a Windows 10 or Windows 11 VM, it sometimes, or at least at the moment it seems every time, wants you to authenticate with an online account from some random authentication provider. So that's the goal. Fix that. I think I know how to do it, and I'll show you where I found the solution, but we're actually going to go through the business of integrating that into Quickemu and then testing it with Windows 10 and Windows 11. So morning Popey, hey Mini Roach, hey King Egypt, how you doing? I hope you're all well. And also hello Paul, I see you're here as well. Right then, where to start? Let's start at the very beginning. Let's hop over here. So I've got the code editor open in all the right places, but let's start with in fact also let's just hit refresh here because I did some tweaking. Hey, look at that. Check it out. Look, there's my fat face on my Tumblr page. So that just needs a little bit of work with links and things. But I started trying to fix this yesterday. Hey, Mandy. How you doing? Windows and Quickemu today indeed. Right then, so the project we're working on is Quickemu. For those of you that haven't seen this before, it's a way to create and run virtual machines for lots of Linuxes and BSDs and also Windows and macOS on Linux. And specifically we're going to be looking at fixing the Windows 10 and 11 stuff today. And I'm going to show you where I think I have found the potential solution to this particular issue. There is this useful utility here on the website, which is an answer file generator for Windows 10 and 11. Now, I must have known about this before because having looked at this earlier, I can see that I clearly used the output of this tool to fix the disk partitioning on Windows in the past. So given that it gave me a solution there once before, we're going to try it again. So on Friday's stream, we had a little bit of a Q&A where I asked the question, how should we try and solve this problem with the Windows 10 stuff? Should we just disable the network entirely during the install, which I posited was poor user experience, or shall we create a fixed known local user account during the install in order to try and overcome all of this? And we agreed collectively we would do the second thing. So this tool here, you'll see you can fill out a thing here, like you can put in the name Quickemu, you can specify which group it should go in, you can give it a description, and set a password. So you can do all of these things to create a user account during the install process. So I filled all of this out earlier, and here is the XML it produces underneath, which is the unattended.xml file that we use to feed into Windows in order to automatically guide it through most of the installation process. So that's what I'm going to be using as the basis for the solution today, and we're going to integrate its output into the unattended.xml file that quick-get automatically generates. I see everyone's having a fine Monday morning. Yes, Hello, Luke. How you doing? I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Mandy. Okay. So what I did was I generated one of these earlier, and rather frustratingly, it was not neatly indented. So I pushed it through XML lint in order to get a nice sort of formatted version of that XML file. And what we're not going to do is we're not just going to pick this up and copy it in verbatim, because it does some things we don't want to automate, like the automated language selection, for example. So if we look at the quick get file, this is where we generate our XML. So we're going to integrate whatever we need out of here into here. And I'm going to make a couple of changes to this bit just before I get started, because the bits that we need to pair up are the settings pass. So these are like the component technologies. Oh, rather, no, they're not. These are the parent technologies that you're configuring. And then this component name is the component that you're, or the stage, if you like, in the install that is being configured. So we need to match these two things in order to figure out where to put the config in. But for reasons that I don't recall, I've put lots of carriage returns in this. So we're going to get rid of all of these carriage returns, because really it's taking up a lot of space and it makes it quite difficult to read. So we're just going to collapse all this down so it's easier to find where we need to inject settings into the XML file. So Mandy asks, is there, in fact, let me just bring that up on the screen, asks, is there a way to use those here docs with some basic templating, like if statements and loops? I don't know if you can do ifs and loops in here docs, but you can do variable replacements. So you could, if you needed to do a loop, you could do just the piece of the here doc that you need to iterate over, put that in an outer loop. You know, bash has an outer loop, and then that piece, and then iterate over it and change things. So it's possible, but not when it's a single file. I don't know if I've got any variables in this one. I don't think I have. I think this is just a straight drop. But yes, it is possible to drop variables in here, although the way that I'm composing this, you can see here, I've put the EOF inside single quotes, which actually turns off any variable replacement inside this here doc. I think I must have done that because I knew there was no variable replacement going on here, and I just wanted to get a clean XML file. So this is a bit dull, but this will just help later identifying where we need to do stuff. Oh, I see. So you needed some basic templating of Docker files, Docker Compose. Yeah. Using something. I'm using a more competent language might be the solution there. I think that's got, you know, a templating tool. I've seen Ginger being used quite a lot for that. Right, okay, so skip auto activation true. That's a curious one. I wonder why that's true. I can't remember. Maybe that was me, Matt, fumbling around trying to fix this problem in the past, because I think that should probably set to false. I think that's the default as well. So anyone that is expert at doing automated Windows deployments, if you see me making obvious mistakes, do speak up, because like most of the things I do here, I know just enough about this to be dangerous. So if you really do know how this stuff works, please do speak up and let me know if I'm going off-piste. All assistance is welcome. I don't have any problem with backseat drivers on the stream correcting me or trying to improve what we're working on. That's absolutely fine here. And the other thing I did do, I hope I've pulled it in and merged it, but I did, there was a bunch of pull requests to Quickemu over the weekend. We put a new release out on Friday, and as is typical, a new release then, you get a bunch of new pull requests. So we're going to try and turn this release around quite quickly with all of the new bits and pieces that people have been working on. So this is the disk formatting stuff, which I know has been taken directly from that tool that we're using here. Dynamic updates. Yeah, okay. This is all of the stuff. This is why I'm pulling this. I'm going to pull this in piece by piece, because Danny did a load of work to automate the well, I added these bits actually. These were turning off features in Windows that relax some of the new security settings for TPM and what have you, in order to give it a better chance of working in a VM. But further down, Danny added a whole bunch of stuff to automate the installation of the various drivers and what have you, so we get a decent accelerated experience on Windows without having to go off and manually install a bunch of stuff. In fact, I can see that one's missing a bit from the XML. I wonder if we've got one close by. Okay. So I think this one here, further up here, I think this is where we need to do some work. Also, we're going to get into looking at these product keys as well, and I'm going to try and explain as best I can what the heck these are. Hey Phil, hello Graham, good morning. I hope you're both well. So, where were we? We were just getting rid of all of this spew here. I know that these are hideously long lines, but we really don't care, and the only thing we really need to be able to see is the component name from this, and everything else is identical boilerplate. So I think here is where we need to make a bunch of changes.
Thank you for the follow, JavaScript Foe.
Hello JavaScript Foe, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. So let's keep collapsing here. So here's all of the stuff that Danny worked on, which is why I don't want to upset this, because there was quite a considerable bit of effort went into that. Right, okay, there we go. So we've got to the end of this. I think what we just need to do, I think I noticed that one of these was missing this. I don't know if this is important or not, but given that we have a rather significant problem, what I'm inclined to do is borrow as much from this other script. I'm working on the assumption that that other script is correct in that it does overcome the issue that we are experiencing. So I'm going to try and borrow as much from it as possible, whilst retaining what we have, and hope we get the outcome that we're looking for. Right, okay, I think that's everything tidied up. So let's take a look over here. There's a couple of things, so we'll just save what we've got there. Let's start with that. In fact, I think what I might do is I may hop over to the fabulous, because irrespective of what happens next, this change I want to keep. So I think we'll just call this collapse components. Because irrespective of there it is. Well done, King Egypt. I should go and check actually. I don't know if anyone's actually ever clicked on that referral link or not. I should go and check at some point. Okay, so we'll have that change regardless. And now we'll look over here. And we know we don't want this, right? This internationalization, we want We want users to be able to pick their locale and region, and we know we have all of this because, as I say, I spotted that this is identical to what I have in mine. Hello, good morning, Takov, how you doing? So now we've got this is all part of it, so no change here. So here we go. Here's the first bit where we have a user data section that looks like that, and we have full name and organization, which remember, this is the one that I typed into that tool, and we have the product key here. So let's just go and find the user data piece in this one and see what we have there. Here we go. So we have accept the EULA, that's fine, and then here we have the product key. So this is where we're going to go and badly explain what I think these are. So there are Microsoft published product keys, just here in fact, and some time ago I added a key for Windows Pro into the Quickemu setup, and that was so it automatically selects a Windows in air quotes product during the install. So what it does is, instead of saying do you want to install Windows Pro, Windows Pro M, Windows Home Starter Edition or whatever, it automatically selected Windows Pro, and that key changes periodically according to this document. These keys rotate, so I know we have an old key. So I don't know if this is related to the problem or not, but what we're going to do is grab the current version of the Windows 11 Pro key, and we're going to drop, oops, I'm in the wrong place, and we're going to drop that into our thing here. And I think what we'll do is, because we've had questions about this in the past, we'll drop a comment in here with a link to this document, and this will serve as much as a reminder to me that I need to stay on top of those and check them periodically. So if we go and look over here, what did we have? We had the user data section, don't show the UI, full name and organization. Okay, well, let's add that to the thing here. Where does that go? What level is it? It's same level as the product key, so that could go here. In fact, I do it in my, there we go. Okay then, so that's that piece integrated, I think. And what's this? Microsoft Windows Lua settings, offline servicing. I don't think I have this. I don't even know what this is. We could go and find out, I suppose. So we have an offline servicing component, but we don't, or rather settings, but we don't have this. Okay, so we'll grab that and drop that in here, I guess. Yes. So we'll actually go and have a little look and see what that is all about, because this document here describes what all of these options are and what they can tweak and tune. And things I don't know what that is, let's go and find out, because I don't know. Here it is. So, specifies whether to enable user access controls, notify when program. Oh, I see. Okay. I was going to half guess that it was something to do with the Lua scripting language embedded in Windows, but no, it's not that at all. So, enable Lua. And what do we have this set to? False. Okay. Well, we'll follow their guidance from this what this other script does. Oh, nuts. Gone too far. There we go. So let's have a look here. In the generalized settings, skip rearm. Now I know what this is, and I think this may be related because I don't think I have this. I think this is something to do with like reinitializing the license check stuff, I think. So let's see if we've got we do have a generalized piece. Okay, so what is the component name? This goes with security SPP, so that's different. Okay, so we'll grab this, and just like last time, we will go and read the documentation to see what on earth we're actually adding in here. So skip rearm is what we're going to go and have a look at now. I think I've read about this in the past when I've tried and failed to fix this problem before. Specifies whether to reset the Windows licensing state when you generalize a computer. Okay, so we are saying here skip rearm 1, which I think must mean true, which means do not rearm the license conditions. Okay, that seems reasonable. Hello there everyone. Hey Zebdi, how you doing? Good to see you again. I see you've changed your username to something that I recognise. Hey Mini Roach, what's this? My script sense is tingling. You should make a script that grabs the current key from that page. That's not a bad idea actually. Or maybe put that in a variable. and then screen scrape it. Yeah, we could look at that. For now, I don't want anything fancy. I just want it to work. But that is not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all. Hey, Kelgul, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Right then. Ooh, indeed. Right then. Let's continue down this and see what else is in here. So specialize, we know we don't want this. We don't want to skip auto activation true. Maybe. Okay, skip auto activation true. I think we saw that. Oh, here it is. So we already have that setting in the specialize SPUX. Okay. And then, oh, this is all of the I'll have to go and check it, but what are we looking for here? This is in the specialized settings, and here we go, Microsoft Windows SQM API. So let's go and find out what this is all about. Copy that and check that here. I can't remember what this is. Customer Experience Improvement Program. Oh, is this all of that? Specifies that Windows... Oh, here we go. So it's basically turning off some of the data collection services. I thought that's what it was. Okay, so that's reasonable that should be 0. Because, yes, we don't want to opt people into that stuff, even if it's in a VM. Okay, so let's go back here. Right, now we're back here and we've got another product key, and this is where things are different because I've only had this product key in the setup once, so maybe this is the cause of the problem. So this is in Specialize.
Thank you for the follow, Twitch Mikey 2010.
Hello Mikey, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Right then, so we need to find the shell setup piece in the specialized settings. Here's shell setup here. Okay, so we need to drop another product key in here. And this is the same key. This is where I went off looking about this because I saw that this key was different from the one that I was using in the other section. So I think we could drop that here. Product key, right? So component, Microsoft Windows Shell setup. Yes, Microsoft Shell setup. We've got computer name, and yeah. Where do we see? Yeah, computer names there. There we go. Okay, and then this is some extra stuff I'd added in the past just to sort of, in air quotes, brand the settings, control center and stuff like that. Okay, I think that's that. Okay, and then this is where we can really see, this is where the majority of it. So they've got here in the out-of-box experience system, which I think we've got down here somewhere. This is the disk partitioning stuff, which I've obviously got laid out in a different order to theirs. Run the stuff. User data. Okay, so this was where we jumped down here earlier to do this. Okay, this is all of the install the drivers. Here we go. Out of box system, Windows Shell setup. Is this the same? Yes. Okay, so they've got an auto login piece, which we'll grab. So that can go in here first. So this is based on what I filled out in that form. So let's just take a look and see if this looks sensible. So password, yeah, so I'm suggesting that we have the account with the fixed password of Quickemu. We're providing that's plain text. I think this is saying that auto login is enabled and the username is Quickemu. So that's so it'll auto login. Which technically we could turn off, but given that we're creating the install with a fixed local account, I think it's reasonable to auto login rather than people sit at a login screen and then immediately think to themselves, what is the username and password? So now we need to look through this stuff. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be quite different. So we've got hide the EULA page, which we do disable. Hide the OEM registration screen, which we do, and so yes, okay. Hide online accounts, hide wireless setup. So hide online accounts, we're now changing that to true. So I think this is going to disable all of that piece in the setup where it says what's your username, what's your password, do you want an online account, do you want a local account. My understanding is this will just turn off all of that, automatically provision this local account and skip all other user creation pieces. So let's have a look here. Mini Roach is let's have a look. Is that a key we need? It's the same key. That key is the same key that we were looking at earlier. It's the same product key. So yes, it would be the same string. Grab it once, we can reuse it. So King Egypt says surely the password should be test. That's my password. My password is test. I don't want to be sharing my password in a public GitHub repository, do I? That would be foolish. You should never tell anyone your password. Right then. Let's have a look. Online. Why? I don't think I have this, but that seems sensible to disable. Oh, I do have it. Hide wireless setup. I do have it. Okay. Hide local account screen. I guess that should be true as well now, right? Because we're creating the local account. In fact, they don't have that one in here. Wonder if it's still a valid key. Let's go and check. Come on, copy. Let's see. Is this still a key that exists or has it been deprecated? Hides the administrator password screen during the out-of-box experience. Okay, Well, we do want to hide that because the account that we're creating is going to be a local administrator. So we will leave that one alone and just say yes, hide it. Then what have we got here? Network location. Don't think we do that actually, but we could set that. There's no reason why not. Network location, that could go there. Okay. Skip the user out of box experience and skip the machine out of box experience. True and true, those two things are now. Okay. I will. This might, if this works, it could automate the install quite considerably actually. Protect your PC. Now I know that I want to leave this at 3 because I did research this, and it's something to do with like how much the firewall is turned on and if Windows Defender is enabled and stuff like that. So I think 3 was the right. I just remember that I previously worked out 3 is what I wanted to set, so we're not going to change it to 1. Ah, here we go. And then here's the actual account creation piece. So let's grab all of that, which goes, oh, and registered organizer, and oh, that's new. Oh, first login, we've got our own ones for those. So user accounts. Okay, so that can go here, in fact, because there's our first login command. So what have we got here? Create a local account. So create an account, and again, here it is. Password is Quickemu. We've got a description of Quickemu and a display name of Quickemu. Put it in the administrators group, and the account is Quickemu. Okay, that seems reasonable. Registered organization. Okay, that should probably be Quickemu project to match the OEM stuff I did. Registered owner, well, that is the account that we've created. Disable auto daylight. That should probably, I just put these in alphabetically so I can find them a bit easier, so I'll stick that one up there. Right then, and then first login commands, this is our own stuff. Okay, so that's that. Let's hit save. And what have we got now? Anything else? First login commands. What are they doing here? Control panel view. Oh, okay. So this is whether it uses classic or contemporary and large icons and small icons and things. Okay. Yeah, we don't care about any of that. And what's this one? Password. Set password expires to false. We don't want to do that. We're quite happy for passwords to expire. That's fine. Right. That's it, isn't it? That's it. Okay. So let's just see what that looks like in Gitkraken and make sure that doesn't look completely mental. So we've added this. And we've added this. We've added a product key to this section, which we didn't have before. We have changed the product key and they are the same, aren't they? Yes, they're the same. We've updated the user data section ever so slightly with this full name and organization piece. Organization we should change to project. There, here. Should change that like so. Okay. And then we've got our auto login piece, that's fine. Turning off all of the prompts for the out-of-box experience stuff and creating an account. Okay. Well, let's go and see if that works. I think I've saved it, haven't I? Let's let's just make doubly certain. There we go. Right, okay, let's head over here then. How am I going to do this? We need to go to Quickemu. Let's do that even. So I did download Windows 10 and 11. So I was thinking ahead for that. So we want to rebuild the unattended ISO image, which is what the installer is going to use to try and automate this piece. So there we go, that's the command we want. Get rid of everything to do with unattended. What doesn't it like about that? No file matches. I've clearly already done this. What about Windows 10? Okay, that's good. Let's not do quick get, let's do quickemu VM Windows 10 and delete. So we'll delete. Oh. There we go. Get rid of the hard disk for Windows 10 and do the same for Windows 11. Right then, let's start with Windows 11 because that's been the biggest pain. So we will now re-download Windows 11 and not Quickemu though, quickget. Now this shouldn't download Windows because it will see that it's got that ISO, but what it should do is recreate the unattended ISO image. Here it goes. So it will re-download all of the bits that go inside that. So that's the drivers for virt.io, and it also puts the unattended XML file in there, which we have just created. So now we will copy this bit here, and I'm going to have to be... This is a bit clunky doing this on the live stream because I have to grab windows from different screens as they appear, so just bear with me here. This is a bit of a faff. Oh, hello. Oh, there it goes. Right. So I've got that. Now I have to drag this down where you can all see. Here we go. So what I have to do there is just very quickly do the hit enter to boot off the in air quotes ISO image that we're feeding it. So this is a Windows 11 install, hopefully. Hello Dust, how are you doing? I see you've been busy recently. Okay, so here we go then. We have our Windows 11, and this is what we wanted because if you're from, you know, that there Switzerland or something, you might want to change these settings accordingly. So the first thing I can see that's working is that product key that we've supplied is working, because if that had been incorrect, it would have displayed a screen here that says, do you want Windows Pro, Home, and the various other, you know, flavors of Windows desktop that are available. So it hasn't done that, so it has accepted that key that we've provided. Yeah, I'm very well, Dust. You know, fully back in the groove of streaming again. More project ideas than I've got time to implement, but other than that, fine. Right then. Well, this is a bit thumb twiddling, isn't it? I wonder if there's anything else I could do whilst this is running. Probably not. I did notice though that we could potentially at some point automate the pressing a key to boot Windows, because somebody contributed rather brilliantly VM monitoring support to Quickemu, so you can get in there and tell it to like push commands into the VM through the socket. So it might be possible to push like carriage returns and things in to get it to boot. So Zeb says, ooh, Windows 11. Let's see what Zeb has to say about this then. You went back to 10 over the weekend. 11 is just too flaky. Interesting. Obviously, I'm not using Windows with any great seriousness. Really, my only interest in Windows is to stand up a VM in Quickemu, and that's really so I can play with things like our software from work on Windows and things like WSL, but I'm not doing anything complicated like playing computer games or anything like that. Right, okay then. So, what's it doing? Is that actually what it's doing, or are we waiting for something else to happen? I hope it actually does something useful in a moment, because I'm getting the impression that there's not a lot going on here. Huh. Well, that's a crushing defeat, isn't it? What's happened here? There's not another window popped up somewhere, is there? As I look through my... Nope. Getting devices ready. Did I upset it by switching away? What could this... Oh, Control Alt G. Okay, I'm going to kill that. I'm going to try this again. Or maybe I'll try... So, hit delete. Let's try Windows 10 and see if that works. Oh man, why is this so hard? Oh, I need to grab my CD again. All right, 1 second. Let's bring this window down. Right, we'll give Windows 10 a try. Here we go, Zeb. Let's see if you're right. Let's see if Windows 10 works any better for this. So this should do the same sort of thing. Here we go. Oh, install now. What's this? That's new. I don't think I've seen that before. Something's not right, I don't think, with that unattended Yeah, look, this is... Something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. Because this, we were definitely supposed to... maybe I haven't done the re-download. I haven't, have I? So let's kill that VM. Let's delete the hard disk again and delete the unattended. Yeah, I think we've got to regenerate the Windows 10 unattended file. So we need to get rid of that and do rm that. There aren't any. Okay, and then we need to do quick get Windows 10. That should regenerate our config for us. Okay. So, King Egypt says, Windows 10 disabled my fingerprint reader on the GPD Win 3. But that's the worst that's happened for me. When you say disabled, you don't mean disabled, do you? You just mean it doesn't, the drivers aren't compatible or something. That pushed me to Chimera. Okay. Yeah. Right then, let's go and give this a boot. I was playing games with my daughter over the weekend on that games console PC that I built a couple of weeks ago. It was brilliant. It's been really great. So let's run this Quickemu. Windows 10. We won't delete the disk this time, so let's boot, and hopefully I need to go and grab, there we go, pull this down, there we go.
Thank you for the follow, Hugh Funking Hewitt.
Hello. Hugh Funking Hewitt, nice one. Welcome to the stream, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I could have installed Linux several times by now, Zeb, but that's because I'm super familiar with Linux and not so much with Windows. So this is your classic, Linux enthusiast grappling with Windows and fumbling around. But let's see how we go. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. How you doing, Hugh? Right then. Oh, so the driver expired, yeah. Okay. I need to get Chimera OS on my GPD gaming devices for certain. I'm absolutely sold on that. I think I showed on Friday I've started contributing in a small way to Chimera. I definitely think that project is organised in a much more agreeable way than HoloISO. Much more welcoming group of people at Chimera. Installing Windows is actually pretty quick. I'd agree with that, actually. I mean, we'll see that here. You know, we're doing these installs. At least I hope we are. I really want to see this complete, but it hasn't taken long. It used to be that whole out of box thing that used to actually take the time, because that used to appear, or rather, it used to get to the point where it was going to do the who are you, what's your username and password. And then it would do those auto updates off the internet, and once it had done that, it had to reboot. So I think maybe by turning all of that stuff off in the unattended file now, that the install process may be quicker again, because it's not going to want to produce any of that, so there's no requirement for it to do those updates anymore. So I think it should be a bit faster this time round as well, hopefully. Here we go. I'm not going to click anything. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I think it was me clicking around in here. I may have upset the Windows gods. Let's see what happens. So, okay, well that's spinning around, so there's something going on. They're getting devices ready. Oh, so we did get to this point on Windows 11. Oh, and it's got further on here. Okay. That's interesting. So Dust says they're going to have to grab a Windows 11 machine just to do some validation on it. Okay, is this validation for Atom or something else? So Zeb says an average Windows 10 install takes 10 to 15 minutes and then another 2 hours to configure. Yeah, I can imagine that, you know, if you've got your software and stuff to install, it can take a while to get it where you need it. In terms of this VM, it's obviously just going to provision. It says restarting. Okay, so Windows 10 seems to be okay. I'm going to try Windows 11 again if this works. Or, well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We haven't got to the important bit yet, which is, does it actually fix the issue of automating the user provisioning? Hello, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so Dust says that, yeah, they've had a few people with issues, mostly related to MDNS. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Oh, I saw Quickemu flash up very quickly then as well. I think that just did an automated login right there. I think that was it. So I've got a feeling this may have worked. Gosh, don't get too far ahead of myself. If this is actually fixed, I'll be so happy. This might take several minutes. Okay. That could be a dull few minutes then. Hey Crossbow, welcome. How you doing? So yeah, so what this installer does is it tries to automate as much of the Windows install as it can, but then of course, because we're installing in a VM and we know how the VM has been composed, we also automate the installation of all of the IO drivers and what have you, so that basically the virtual hardware and the Windows platform are ready to go, but then it's down to you to, you know, install your software and what have you. Well, this is taking... Oh, hang on. Oh, almost there. Oh, they're such teasers, aren't they? Almost there. Oh, there it is. And we were almost there. We're done, in fact. Wow. Check it out. Hey, Sleepy Eyes Fix. Hey, thanks very much. That's very kind of you. Right then. So, do you want to allow your PC to be discoverable? Yes, that's fine, because it's on a virtual network. So, holy smokes. That has actually worked. And you can hear in the background all of those ding sounds. hang on. Your administrator or organization has set your device's Windows diagnostic setting to required. That is a damn lie. I've done precisely the opposite of that. That is simply not true. Right, we need to investigate that, because that is not the intended outcome at all. Okay, your current prevents inking and typing data being sent. That's definitely the case, because I know for sure we did that. So these are off. Okay, so that's honoured those settings. That's true. I did turn this off. I find this one particularly concerning. Typing diagnostic data. I wonder what's in there exactly. Required own. Oh no. This is the right thing. Yes, this is correct. This is correct. This is the lesser of the two evils. Right, no, that is configured correctly. I take that back. I jumped to the wrong conclusion. But I suppose the thing to look at here is, here we go. Local account, Quickemu. That's worked. It says Windows is up to date. I bet that's a lie. I bet if I click on that and I say check for updates, there's going to be updates available. Yeah, thought so. I love how optimistic it is. Yeah, Windows is up to date. Always a lie. Right then, let's shut that down. Windows 10 in air quotes is working. What can I just check maybe? Maybe I should check. So the idea is that if it provisions with this local account, then you're now in a position to create your own local account, or, you know, do whatever you want to do at this point. This is just to get the damn thing up and running. And this seems to be working just fine. Okay. Oh, that I should probably try this at some point. Try the upgrade to Windows 11 from Windows 10. Right, let's shut this down and try Windows 11 again, and hope that maybe we just got unlucky with me fiddling around with the thing. So there we go. Shut down. Let's do Windows 11. Delete it and run it. Let's see. Okay, get ready to grab the VM. There it is. Oh, I've missed it. There's a classic. I missed my opportunity. Right, try again. Okay, there we go. So need to do that. There we go. So let's see. I'm gonna leave it alone this time. I'm not gonna fiddle with it. Hey Urzid, how you doing? Urzid, the distro I am using is Ubuntu Mate, because that's the distro that I make. Yeah, that's what I use. Do you use Arch Linux, by the way? Right then, so Zebedee Boss says that's a very simple trick to stop Windows forcing you to have an online account. As soon as Katana talks to you, remove the network cable. Yeah. So this is why I'm trying to overcome all of this. And actually, that's interesting, because on the Windows 10 stuff, with the previous unattended file, I couldn't make the "Do you want to use Cortana" stuff go away. I'd used every single option in the out-of-box experience to say, don't present any out-of-box experience prompts at all, and it still did for just Cortana. But now we've coerced that, really hide everything and create the local account. It has gone away now. So this is good. I'm happy with this. I think this is the best outcome, in that you don't get coerced, because the problem is I don't have an objection to people using their online accounts. The problem we have here is that it always defaulted to you have to use an online account which if it were use your Microsoft Online account, I could have even let that pass. But it wasn't that at all. It was picking random Microsoft partners as the only valid authentication provider. So depending on where in the world you are, you would get some random education provider and you could only sign into their domain. And it was like, well, I can't proceed beyond this point, or, you know, some systems integrator or something. And it has popped up like a bad smell several times since, I don't know, since about November time last year. So hopefully, well, let's see if Windows 11 gets past this piece, because last time round I think it hung doing the device enumeration. So let's see. It got to 30% on this and just stopped dead. Oh, let's resize the screen. I assume that screen is still on stream. I don't know if it jumps off to a different display. Yeah, it is still on stream by the looks of it. Come on, Windows, you can do it. You know you want to. Make me happy. I just want to make this bug go away forever and for always. Come on. I want to believe you're really doing something. Deeply skeptical at this point. I feel like it's doing nothing and I'm just looking at an animation. So, Dust says to Zebedee, yeah, they don't let you actually domain join in the installer, so you're forced to make a local account. Yeah. Or, you know, you can use this unattended technique to sort of, you know, pre-fill your own credentials if you know what they are. In fact, there would be nothing stopping anybody using QuickGet to generate all of that stuff, go in and edit the unattended XML, put their own username and ooh. Now there's an option. We could pass those as parameters, couldn't we? We could have optional parameters that when you do a quick get Windows, oh hey, it's doing stuff. Okay, so this is working better than the first time. So I think I just got unlucky that first time. Okay, let's see what happens. So yeah, we could have options that we pass into quick get when you're doing a Windows download. And you could say my username is this and I want my password to be this, and it could stuff those into the unattended XML file. So that could be a answer to the inevitable why are you creating a local account for me? So yeah, we could get into that. I think that might be an idea. And then no, not upload the credentials to GitHub. they would be in your local unattended file. Maybe I can work out what the hashing function is for the passwords, and we can put hashed passwords into the unattended XML. I'm not going to tackle that today, I don't think, but that's a potential improvement for the future. And Adsa says, I learned my grandson to call it Windows, as it always takes a lot of time. Wait Windows, I see. Call it Wait Windows. I think we're here, aren't we? So this is Windows 11. Let's get on in the VM. Double click settings. Good. That is the Quickemu account that we created. It's automatically generated the correct name. It isn't activated, which is correct. It shouldn't be. Okay. I think we've done it. What does it say under about here? Rename this PC. Okay, so that's fine. All of the stuff. Domain workshop, system protection, advanced system. What's advanced system settings? Oh, that old thing. Okay. Windows 11. Okay. And there's the OEM stuff that I put in. So if we copy that and bring up Notepad. Okay. Okay. I think we've done it. I think that's actually it. Right, okay, let's get to Git Kraken and get that committed. Because whatever I want to fiddle around with now, I know that this works. So let's do that and say create a known local user account for Windows. Oh, we need to say which issue this fixes, because this does indeed fix an issue. So whoopsie, let's go and find out what the bug ID for this particular problem is. Got too many windows open. Here we go. So issues, it's down here somewhere. I reopened it the other day. This has been opened and closed so many times, this bug here. Now here it is. So this is the bug. So I'm sure we fixed it in other issues in different ways, but this is a good screenshot that illustrates the problem. Let's get things set up for your work or school, and look, you can only authenticate with, in this case, mbsolutions.dk. I was getting like IntelliTech or something when mine came up. So this is what we're working around, is getting forced down a rabbit hole where you simply cannot authenticate. So we've had several stabs at this. Yeah, we've had duplicates of this issue. We've linked to documentation. I think I've even reopened it, but there we go. So here it is. So this is issue 312. Issue 312. So let's get this closed. Okay. Username is Quickemu. Password Quickemu. There's no harm in putting that in there because it's clearly in the XML. So that's that done. And I think maybe what we should do is take a look at the README. I know that's kind of a tongue-in-cheek, right? That support 24/7. This is kind of thumbing my nose at the enterprise organizations who expect more support from open source projects that they never paid for than they provide to their paying customers. So there is a very, very subtle bit of satire tucked away in there, but yeah, that's a sustainability problem I see with open source projects that I don't know how we're going to solve as an industry or a community. Oh, King Egypt, I like your take on this. That's also quite good, isn't it? Yeah, 24 hours a month for 7 months a year. Now there's a sustainable working regime. Right then, let's go and look at the README around installing Windows, because in here we do have some basic steps for how to install Windows. And we should probably note that it now has a fixed username. Gosh, we probably need to figure out how to collapse some of this down a bit as well. Right, Mac OS. And here's Windows. Okay, so can automatically download. Can it automatically download Windows 8.1? Can it? This I do not remember. Let's just find out. I'm not sure it can do that. Oh, Quickemu, quick get. Oh, it can. I'd completely forgotten I'd done that. Oh, well, there we go. Okay, fine. I don't think it works in the same way though. So do this. Complete the installation as you normally. All relevant drivers and services. Okay. So I think all we need to do here is something along the lines of a local user account, a local administrator user account is automatically created well, that should is automatically created with these credentials. That seems fine. Don't commit the README. I'll rebuild them with that addition. Ah, right. Do you want me to not even make that change, Phil? So Phil here is instrumental in the upkeep of Quickemu and has been doing a fine job getting the documentation in good order. So I'm just going to remove these words. What I'll do, Phil, is just excuse me whilst I hop to a different screen. I am pasting in the Quickemu Discord channel the words I was just adding. So there you go. I've removed those. I won't touch the README. Now, I thank you for the prompt. I'll leave it well alone. There we go. Right, okay. We're in good shape there. So, I did just see Phil said there was an interesting pull request, 248. Let's go and have a look. Issue 248. I'm seeing this. So, if you go to, I'm just going to put it in the chat here. In fact, I'm going to try a couple of things. I don't know if this is going to work. So, our Discord is here, and we have channels for the various projects we work on here and just general chit chat and Linux nerding and stuff like that. I don't know if I have this. No, I don't. Okay. I tell you what, I'm gonna let's just do a little bit of this. So if you go here, those of you who like a bit of Telegram, I have a Telegram channel which is just for notifications about stuff that's happening. So if anyone wants to follow along on Telegram, you'll get notifications via Telegram if you're not a Discord person or don't do Twitter and things like that. It should reflect the sort of updates for the various projects and stuff like that. Hey, noob of the Linux, how you doing? Yeah, things are going quite well, actually, surprisingly well. It looks like we've fixed the problem that we were trying to resolve. So now what we're going to do is go and look at in fact, what we'll do is we're going to push those changes up. Because that will, let's push these changes, because that will close out that issue. There we go.
Thank you for the follow 6502 Kebab.
Huh, 6502 Kebab, welcome to the stream. I like your username because 6502 or 6510 in fact is the assembly language that I first learned some considerable time ago. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for the follow. If you are interested in a little bit of Linux, then you're among friends here. That's what we do here. So yeah, thank you very much. Right then, where are we going? We were going to have a little look at that.
Thank you for the follow FYR_CSGO.
Ah, a CSGO player, I think. Welcome to the stream. So, that's now closed out. Thank goodness. Right, let's see. 248, apparently. Did I say 248 or 2? Let's go and look. It was 248. Okay, that's an old one. Where is it? 248. document how to run. Ah, interesting. Okay. So, okay. Interesting. Okay, so this is an issue where we're trying, hopefully via 2 other projects who forked Quickemu, try and get Quickemu, our version, the authoritative version, to run on Mac OS as well. So Dust, you were talking about like needing to get Windows 11 running. If we can get these bits lined up, you could run Quickemu on Mac to run Windows 11 in a VM on your Mac in order to do the validations that you were talking about there. Oh, right, okay, so you're trying to advocate for Linux adoption inside your organization, 6502 kebab. Yes, those are fun times. It can be difficult. It can be difficult sometimes to get organizations to follow. Right, okay, so I'm not going to do anything with that now. Phil, documentation stuff I'm quickly learning I should stay well away from because I make a mess when I get in there. Hopefully I merged everything I needed to over the weekend and I've straightened out the big fat mess I made the other day. Right, okay, and I've merged a bunch of other pull requests earlier. Oh, hello, this is new. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here. So shall I merge this one, Phil, now, or are you going to push more changes to this one? Should I wait or should I merge this? I'm tempted to merge it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, right, so Phil is going to push something else up to that there. Right, okay, good. Oh, this is good. I'm really happy that this is finally... Because I don't know if Hikiri Knight is in here today, but Hikiri Knight has done a bunch of work on a sort of a companion project for Quickemu to do GPU pass-through. And I've been reluctant to do the GPU pass-through work in Quickemu itself until this Windows installation problem is fixed, because I know that when we get that working and it's built in, it's going to give the project another boost in popularity and people coming to try it out. And if you can't get past installing Windows easily, it is obviously going to be hugely frustrating and not be a good first impression of the project. So now we've got this bug fixed, the next interesting thing to go and look at is work with Hikiri Knight to move all of his code into Quickemu to do GPU pass-through configuration, which is like the end game I really wanted to get to with this. Because what I want to be able to do now is on my laptop, I think the configuration that I want to settle on is on my laptops, use the IGP for, you know, all the Linux stuff. So I have Linux installed, the IGP for all of the Linux stuff. Don't use like I've got two laptops that have got NVIDIA Prime, so Intel IGP and an NVIDIA card. And I don't want to load any of the NVIDIA drivers on the host so that there is no Prime support. I just want to expose CUDA and NVENC on the NVIDIA piece so I can do accelerated graphics, compute and what have you. But then on the VMs pass through the NVIDIA card so I can have fully accelerated VMs. So that's where I want to try and get to, and also with my machine at home where I have dual GPU as well. So that's sort of where I want to get with this. Right then. So Phil says that, oh, there we go. Thank you, Phil. So here it is. Here's pull request 516, and here's the change, and I suspect that was what we ever go there. Perfect. There we go. Let's get this all merged in then, because we'll what we'll do is we'll drop a new release, I think, with this, because this is finally, in fact, I may even go as far as to call this a 4.0 release, given this bug is finally dealt with. So let's rebase and merge that. Nice. And I merged a whole bunch of other stuff earlier. These are still pending changes that I need to do a review on, because I can't understand why so much of the code has been refactored for that. Okay. And I closed out a bunch of other issues this morning. This one, this is complicated. I'm going to come back to that another day. There's a ton of work to be done there, a ton of research to be done on this one. I understand the problem. My feeling is somebody's landed a patch in Ubuntu they shouldn't have done, because the patch has broken the intended operation of the software TPM software. So I think somebody was overzealous in accepting a patch from the community, which may have fixed a particular problem that community member was having, but actually breaks just about every other way of using the software TPM module. Okay, all of this macOS stuff. So this is the one we want to fix, this one in the docs, in order to try and get Quickemu working on macOS as a host. I can just see my camera's decided to focus on my friend behind me. Let's there we go, let's fix that. Okay, let's go and bump a version number then. I think this has got enough good fixes in it that we'll kick out a new one. So what have we got here? I thought there was an instrumental change being implemented. So I'm not talking about the interaction of Ubuntu installed on the host talking to TPM hardware on the machine. The software TPM piece I'm talking about is an implementation of the TPM protocol, if you like, for use to connected via virtual machines. So it's a software implementation of a TPM module that virtual machines can use, which is how we are getting Windows 11 running in a VM here. We're standing up a software TPM module, but we also do some other things in the Windows install to disable a bunch of its internal checks to sort of make sure people get on the happy path, regardless of whether that software TPM module is available. Right then. Okay, so, and the software TPM, I've seen there's an issue with the upgrades as well. Yeah, we'll have to look at that as well. Right, okay. So we don't need to mess around in here because Phil has taken care of that. We're done with this. Okay. We're finished with quick get. So now we just want to find the somewhere here. There it is. Oh, no, that's not it. There, 316. What do we think? Do we think this is worthy of a 4.0 because we've finally fixed this blooming issue? I feel like it. I feel like it is. I feel like this is a 4.0. And I feel like the rest of the 4.0 should work towards refining this, landing some of the GPU pass-through stuff, and when the GPU pass-through stuff is really firmed up, we call that 5.0. Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's time for a big one. We'll do that. So let's do that and get that committed, which will be over here. So we will just bump version to 4.0. We'll pull down those changes that we had made there. Push this up. Okay, and let's go and do a release on GitHub. Get all of that pulled in. Yeah, so we did 3.11 was as a jokey one when we first landed, like the Windows stuff. So let's do and let's see what we get from this. There's all of the good stuff that's been added, and I think I'm just going to manually write in here fixed Windows installations automated, fixed automated. Local user account. There we go. Let's publish that release. Thank you for all of your changes, Phil. Look at that, you've been busy. We've got a bunch of stuff from other people as well. So we've also got multi-screen support added, and what was the other one? The Spice app support has been added, which closed out a bunch of issues as well. So this definitely warrants a 4.0, I think. So with that in place, I think we can spit out some new debs into the PPA. So let's go and deal with that. We'll do that here probably. We'll just give ourselves a decent sized terminal, and we'll go here. We'll go ahead.
Thank you for the follow, Sudomaze.
Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Sudomaze. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Right then, let's think. I probably need to push some of this stuff because we did this the other day, didn't we? So let's do this and call this 4.0. Here's what we're working with. This is going to be for focal. Let's get the upstream tarball. So that should grab that out of GitHub. Now we've released it. There it is. We will build the source package for that. And then we'll do one for, Graham says, just about to do a PR for the Windows product key script. Okay. Is that so you can choose what product key you want to inject into it in case you have your own, Graham? Is that the idea? So we will need one for Jammy. Oh, right, nice. Okay, so you're doing what we discussed. You're doing it scrapes the web page and prints out the keys. By default, can you have it inject the Windows Pro key? Because that would then maintain the existing behavior. And if anyone then wants to elect a different key, they can pick a different key off the list. But thank you for working on that. I appreciate that. Anyone else wants to contribute code to this, then by all means feel free. If anyone wants to elect your own username and password, then we'll certainly add that to the thing as well. So it will do the Quickemu thing by default. It would be nice if we could. Yeah. I'll keep that thought to myself, I think. I'll go and hack on that another time. Let's have a think. So that's jammy, and kinetic is the new one, right? So, thank you, Graham. I'll take a look at that after I've done this. There's kinetic. Okay, so dput this up here, and we will throw the kinetic release up, and we will look at jammy, and finally vocal. None of the other releases are live at the moment. What's Python 3? What's the Python 3 about? It doesn't do the ingestion, just prints out. Okay, let's have a look. Let's go and have a look at what you've been working on whilst those are building. Okay, well there we go, look at that. Nice job. Lovely. Thank you for that. I'll have to have a think about how I package that. So none of those are, all of those are built-in modules, aren't they? So that should be fine. So we can do that thing. That's just fine. And we can also do Python 3 as user or whatever it's called to make sure we get the right outcome with that too. Nice. Lovely. That's great. Tested on 310. That's perfect. Thank you, Graham. That's wonderful. Thank you for working on that. Good job. Lovely. So we'll get that in the next release, along with hopefully choosing your username and password. So I think the next thing, I mean, in the background now, this should be building fine in Launchpad. Yeah, that one will do. There they are. 1, 2, 3. Good. So we need to do some work on this at some point. I'm not going to tackle that today because I need to do some research on what's changed, what's diverged between Debian and Ubuntu regarding these packages. I think once those are built, that will be fine. That will be released. You can then use debget to update your Quickemu installations. So yeah, we'll add an option to elect your own username and password for Windows. That'd be nice. Yeah, I'll take a look, Graham. But thank you very much. I'll give it a test and everything. I'll let you know. You're in Discord, I think, so I'll ping you if. Oh no, I'll use GitHub. I'll comment on GitHub if there's anything I spot. But at first glance, that looks fantastic. Now, the remainder of this week, so I stream on Wednesdays and Fridays, so I'm planning to stream this Wednesday coming and this Friday, and I think the things I have in mind are land the latest versions of the upstream Mate packages in Debian and Ubuntu, so that will be into Debian Unstable on what will become Ubuntu Mate 2210. So that's some quite trivial, just bumping some version numbers in some packages. So nothing too complicated there. But then what I'm going to do is take the configuration packaging for Ubuntu Mate and move as much as possible of that into Debian. So there's going to be a very small delta between Debian Mate version and the Ubuntu Mate version. And in fact, where I'd like to get to is the only change that should exist is the default fonts that are used and the default theme names that are used. So those should be the only differentials between the two settings packages we're going to get. And on the Debian side, that's quite an uplift because that's going to be integrating all of the Ayatana indicator stuff into Debian by default, which isn't there at the moment. So we're bringing those two interpretations of the Mate desktop right alongside each other. And this is so in the next stable release of Debian, if you install the Mate spin, you'll get basically the Ubuntu Mate experience out of the box. So that's the plan. And King Egypt says, do I have a backports PPA for Jammy? Not yet, because I haven't backported anything for Jammy, but that's probably something that I'll provide when I do that work. Yeah, we have a Q&A repository where I land the latest stuff, and I tend to drop things there first, and then the Q&A team sort of test and validate and check that I've not made any big goofs. And then once they're sort of ticked off on this is all fine, then I move it into the distro. So yeah, but in that process, I'll almost certainly create a backport for Jammy so that anyone on Ubuntu Mate 2204 can get the package uplift. There's only 3 or 4 packages that have been updated in the last couple of weeks, and it's basically just bug fixes. There's no major version changes. It's just bug fixes and tweaks and improvements. Right, okay, so I think that was all building over here. They don't usually take very long to build. It's the publish. Yeah, in fact, there we go. These have built. They're now pending publishing, so we know that that's going to be working just fine. That's terrific. So yeah, the remainder of this week I'm going to be working on some Ubuntu Mate stuff. Get all of that in good shape is the plan. Okay. Just looking through my list of stuff here to see what's occurring. Yeah, I think that will get us to the end of the week, and then it's like what to do next. Go back to Retro Home and do some stuff there, or finally pull the trigger on trying to get the GPU pass-through stuff properly integrated into Quickemu. And I'm tempted to tackle that. That could take a while to line all of that stuff up nicely, I think. Okay, let's take a look at this. This looks interesting. So, it's really strange when the music switches like that. When I click on something, it catches me by surprise. So, right then. I've found a streamer here who's doing something that looks interesting. So, this is the first time going over to this channel. Looks like they're working on a streaming extension for Visual Studio Code, is what I think they're working on. So we're going to hop over there and give them a little raid. So everyone be on your best behavior and say hello and nice things. I'm going to hit follow over there right now. So I hope you all have a fabulous Monday. I hope you'll be back on Wednesday when we'll pick up the Ubuntu Mate stuff and we'll start wrangling Debian in a big way. And until then, have a good time, make another cup of tea, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.